Guys, so as promised, I'll be sharing with you now parts ng mismong discussion part or ng procedure part ng aking lesson plan that I used during the JET demonstration. Share ko sa inyo are actually based from our discussion, our slides during our seminar workshop for effective and efficient teaching strategies for senior high schools and lesson plan making staff. Served as one of the two speakers. Kaya don't worry, may basihan itong mga sasabihin natin. Papakita ko na sa inyo yung mismong nilalaman ng part 4 o yung mismong procedure part ng aking lesson plan na ginamit ko sa ALT application ko under the JET program. Kung napapansin niyo, hindi ito katulad ng mga detailed or semi-detailed lesson plan na meron siyang teacher's task and then student's task. Again, this was patterned from the DepEd's lesson plan. Procedures, meron tayong letter A. Ang nilagay ko lang dyan, dahil nga tinong down ko ito, trinim ko, ay yung presenting new lesson. Pwede naman kayong mag-assume dyan na nire-review nyo sila, pwede lang din. Pero sa akin, ito yung ginawa ko, nag-present na lang ako ng bagong lesson. And then nilagyan ko lang siya ng A, B, C, kung ano yung mga gagawin ko doon. Kaya nakalagay siya sa letter A, greetings and setting up the mood. Teacher distributes affirmations on colored papers and groups the learners based on the hand-picked color. Nilagay ko lang dyan kung ano yung gagawin ko, hindi ko nilagay yung mismong sasabihin ko. Bakit? Para mas maging flexible ako. And then letter B, nakalagay dyan, unfolding the magic word. Ascend. Ko lang dyan yung example niya at saka yung synonymous terms niya. Kung paano ko siya i-discuss sa mga estudyante ay magiging diskarte ko na yon. Pansinin nyo, hindi siya nakalagay dito sa mismong lesson plan. Letter C, riddle time. If you can notice guys, nilagyan ko lang parang mga titles yung per letter. Sa letter A, greetings and setting up the mood. Letter B, unfolding the magic word. C, riddle time. Bakit? Para lang mabigyan ko ng hint na yung aking mga panel sa susunod na part ng lesson. And then nakalagay dyan, teacher reads the riddle and let students answer the riddle. Nilagay ko yung mismong tanong and nilagay ko sa baba kung ano yung answer. This lesson plan, you can see the connection of my motivation, yung unfolding the magic word, doon sa next part ng lesson, kung saan ginamit ko yung magic word doon sa mismong riddle. Sobrang easy lang ng question, although grade 11 sila, but again, I have to consider we have to consider to tone down our topics or our lessons or the way we present things or ideas. Kasi nga, non-native speakers of English language itong ating mga future learners. And at the same time, pabor na din sa ito. Pansin mo, ang sagot napakasimple, kite. Second part na yung letter B, establishing a purpose for the lesson. The teacher states the lesson objectives. Kung napapansin po ninyo dun sa first part ng lesson plan, yung objectives, tatlo yung nilagay ko doon. Pero isa lang yung gusto kong ma-achieve on that particular day. Dun sa mismong establishing a purpose for the lesson or yung pagpe-present ng mismong objectives, yung pinakauna lang yung kinuha ko. Which is yan nga, determining the principles of speech writing, focusing on outlining. So, nilagay ko doon na ang pinaka-konsepto ko lang or topic ko during that day is outlining. And that, I am not going to hit off tangent sa iba pang mga topics. Letter C na agad tayo, presenting instances or examples of the lesson. So, nilagyan ko dyan ng group work at saka ng number para makita na ito yung first activity ng mga bata. Why do I have to point out na group work ito, guys? Kasi, di ba, kung babasahin niyo yung roles ng ALT, nakalagay din doon, guys, na dapat si ALT teacher ay marunong gumawa ng mga group activities. Parang ganun yung thought. I'm just not so certain which part, pero meron doon nakalagay na dapat si teacher ay creative enough to create group activities or differentiated instructions. So, very basic lang siya. Fact or bluff or true or false lang ito. Lagay lang ako ng directions. I have to tell you honestly, guys, before ako gumawa ng lesson plan, nagbasa muna ako kung ano ba ang klase ng education meron yung Japan. Ayun sa mga nabasa ko ay less is more sila, kaya medyo talagang trinim ko po lahat ng mga nilagay ko dito. Kung hindi pa ako nagbasa, malamang hindi ganyan ang directions ko. Malamang ang ilalagay kong directions dyan ay medyo complicated na English. Pero since nabasa ko nga na hindi pa ganun ka-advance yung level of understanding ng mga Japanese learners in terms of the English language, so I have to make it simpler. Lagi lang dyan, teacher reads a statement, each group shall have a fact or bluff, cardboard raised fact if the statement is true, bluff if it is false. Sobrang easing intindihin. Isan ko lang din yung mga statements na ipapakita ko. Mga constant na pwede mong i-present, na pwede mong ilagay sa iyong lesson plan. Yung mga examples mo, yung mga sentences mo, Pero yung the way you talk to your students, that could be flexible. Pero of course, dapat meron ka ding script na sinusundan. And then, bahala ka na kung paano mo i-execute. Don't forget guys, sana ilagay nyo rin dyan yung mga sagot. Kung fact ba siya, bluff ba siya, o kung ano man yung hinahanap na sagot. Very important yon sa pagka-craft ng mga DLL. After this, discussing new concepts and practicing new skills. Sabi ko lang dyan, the teacher defines outline. Yan yung mismong topic. Nilagay ko yung definition, bahala na ako kung paano ko siya i-deliver sa klase. Teacher discusses the elements of outline. Intro, body, and conclusion. Very basic, di ba? Letter E, developing mastery na tayo agad-agad. Present lang ako dyan ng isang example. Importante din na ilagay mo dun sa lesson plan nyo, ipe-present mong example. Kung graph man yan, ilagay mo. Kung picture man yan, ilagay mo. Kung PowerPoint man yan, ilagay mo. F, making generalizations agad-agad. Ang teacher probes students' understanding through asking the question, what do you think is the significance of outlining in speech writing? Sa part na I'm giving the students the chance to speak and express themselves. Bakit yun yung generalization ko guys? Kasi nga, yun yung pinaka-target objectives ko. Kaya dapat laging magmamatch yung activities mo doon sa pinaka-objectives na inilagay mo. Hindi ka man umabot dun sa part na yon, pero dun sa lesson plan, makita na agad dapat that you are aware that these parts should match. Galit? And then sa evaluation part, nilagay ko lang dyan, the teacher distributes an activity sheet and calls a representative each group to present their output. Yung sa letter H, nakalagay dyan, individual assignment. Why do I have to put individual assignment? Kasi I have to let the panel realize that I'm not only having group-based instructions but also individual-based instructions. Wala, applying principles of teaching, applying differentiated instructions. Tapos, bakit ako naglagay ng assignment? Kasi di ba kung mapapansin niyo dun sa first part ng objectives, may dalawang objectives na hindi pa na-hit. Design and outline using the three major parts at saka yung express the significance of outlining in speech writing. Yung ipapa-assignment natin. Write a sample speech outline using a table format and then read the guidelines in speech writing. Tapos nilagay ko lang din dito yung mismong guidelines ng speech writing. Pero syempre yan guys, hindi ko na pinakita sa mga learners or hindi na natin papakita sa learners. Doon lang sa may lesson plan. To give the panel the idea na ikaw ay ready for your next lessons if ever sa actual teaching mo. So, yun lang guys. Cohesive dapat lahat. Sabihin magkakadugtong, magkakaugnay. Hindi pwedeng basta naglagay ka lang ng objectives na hindi mo ma-meet. Hindi pwedeng naglagay ka lang ng objectives tapos iba na yung assignment mo. So, ano yung magiging direction nun? Objectives tas iba yung activities mo. Nabi mong ikaw ay marunong sa differentiated instructions and so on and so forth, pero sa yung lesson plan hindi nakikita. Meron ka ng matagal na teaching experience pero wala kang teaching strategies or teaching styles na in-exhibit sa iyong demo. Yung mga bagay na yun ang dapat nating i-consider. This is not the standard. Again, marami pang pwede kayong lesson plan na magamit, but still, the KISS method, keep it short and simple. And always remember, you cannot give what you do not have. You cannot teach what you do not know. So master your lesson. Rehearse pa rin ang pinaka mabisang paraan. Kahit na master mo na siya, i-practice mo ng i-practice. And then be flexible. Time yourself. Orasan mo kung ilang minuto. Show the spirit that you want to show during your demo. In your lesson plan, if you can ask someone to proofread it, please do it so. Walang masama na humingi ng opinion sa iba, especially sa mga may knowledge about it. And, yun lang.